he didn't already have. And cause never was the reason for the evening, or the Tropic of Sir Galahad. So please believe in me when I say I'm spinning round, 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 round. Smoke, glass, stain, bright cloud, image going down, 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 down. So absurd, green light cloud.
So the Adept tradition being universally distributed, we can then follow the general thinking that associates with it. In the great school, according to the old teaching, the 12 who form the great hierarchy, or the 12 orders that are the human equivalent of the 12 hierarchies of heaven, recognized in the ancient classical and Kabbalistic mysteries, that these surround the mysterious throne of power, the mysterious siege perilous that is ever vacant, the symbol of the sede vacanti, the chair that is empty, the throne that no one can occupy. And this throne is the symbol of the great power of the Logos, or the divine being itself, which if present remains unseen and can be known only by the benediction which it bestows. This is therefore the first church, the original ecclesia, where those who are gathered together receive the mysterious Pentecostal experience, or the descent of the Holy Spirit, and where these symbols occur in other religions, and they occur in most other religions. They are all said to be derived from the basic symbolism of this essential world mystery. In this great system, it is announced or told that in the remoteness of time, 5 brethren of this great order went forth into the world to produce certain distinct and useful effects in those days when the world was in the forming. That these 5 are corresponding to the first 5 signs of the zodiac, and that these 5, having completed the mystery, or the ministry for which they were intended, retire from the world and never leave this great siege perilous. They are the 5 guardians of the throne. They remain forever in the holy house of the mysteries. This allows the 7 remaining to have a kind of manifestation of their own. And these other 7, representing the other 7 signs of the zodiac, form the mysterious jewel of 7 stars, referred to in ancient Egyptian mysteries, and the secret mystery of the little bear, or the symbol of the rishis of India. The 7 who become the star ones, the great light ones, the blazing, the shining, from which our word rishi would come. These are the 7 mysterious internal planets, or symbols of the 7 powers of the soul, over which these beings have attained their peculiar virtue or achievement. These, in turn, become part of an order of manifestation in which already 5 of these mysterious beings or powers have formed their schools, or have sent forth from themselves their orders and their hierarchs of teachers. The other 2 await, like the 6th and 7th Buddha, for the time which shall be with us in the great day. In other words, in the time which is next, or in the time which shall come in the fullness of things. Each of these schools, the 5 that have come forth into manifestation, and are Dhyana Buddhas, each of these 5 immediately surrounds itself with an order of 12. Each of these in turn is divided into 5 who remain with the teacher and 7 who go out. And of each of those 7s, 2 have not gone out. In turn, this cycle surrounds itself again, each of these with 12, and each of those in turn with 12, until the order descends 12 times. And the mysterious formula of the 144,000 of the redeemed is the mathematical formula of 12 times. And as you go into it, you realize that just as the number 3 plus 3 is also symbolically either 6 or 3 or 33. So your 12 has the same method of projection symbolically. In any way we wish to look at it, these also constitute the mystery of the redeemed, the mysterious power of the ones who are saved. And the 72 of a school are taken as the elders who are selected from the tribes of Israel. In the tabernacle mysteries, the entire formula is repeated on another level. Wherever the number 72 appears, it has to do again with these hierarchies. In the practical consideration of it, then, we have moving downward from the upper or inner spiritual life of man, a religious revelation of truth administered by a descending hierarchy composed of adepts, initiates, illumines, and disciples. The adepts, initiates, and illumines, as they are called, represent the 3 higher orders of the mystery. And below them are the 9 levels composed of disciples, which ascend through 9 levels, representing the 9 months of generation and corresponding with the 9 degrees of the Eleusinian mysteries. By these 9 mysteries, man recapitulates the mystery of his own generation. Man is a perfect 12, or the circle of the zodiac, which he achieves by 9 months in the womb and 3 degrees in the mysteries. And when this has been completed, he is then perfect, upright, and true. So in the ancient rituals, we have several divisions. One division by 7, another division by 9, another division by 3, and a division by 5. We have 3, 5, 7, 9. All of these numbers relating to the esoteric schools and their structures in a certain order. After the thought has come to our attention, and we consider it with some reality of reflection, we therefore see that the ancient law, which we referred to in connection with the planets, again reasserts itself. The hierarchs represent a descending power moving through their initiate teachers. Humanity growing upward is represented by the chelas and disciples, who ascend step by step under their gurus and teachers. So we have a group of disciples ascending. We have the great structure of the school unfolding. And little by little we find the purpose of it revealed to us. In the ancient mysteries, we are told that the school originally, the great school originally, consisted entirely of superhuman beings. Beings who were not productions of our humanity at all. That they represented ambassadors or ministers extraordinary from other spheres, other levels, other planes, drawn here to form the great guardianship over humanity during the primordial period, and that these powers therefore exercised a kind of autocratic rulership. From them has descended the legends of the jealous gods, the gods who punish terribly those who broke their laws in any way, and demanded total obedience and allegiance from their peoples. Because in these days the struggle for survival was very different from what it is now, and human beings were not as highly evolved, nor were they capable of individual initiative of a constructive nature. But gradually, through the last several million years, from the fourth subdivision of the great Atlantean era, the Adept school has gradually shifted. By degrees, each of the various levels of authority are taken over by the unfolding students of our own humanity. Each time a human being attains a certain degree of unfoldment, the symbolism tells us a god is liberated to return to his star. Each time man becomes self-controlling, self-administering, the universe retires a little bit into the subjective and lets him take over, for the reason that in the end man must become totally self-governing. And the invisible government of the world that has functioned through the Adept tradition must gradually become visible, be taken over by humanity itself, and become the ultimate perfect working formula for man's administration of his own world.
Another serpent hydra is the first decan which both Leo and the crab tread underfoot, and to which Job alluded as the fleeting serpent. The cup, or grail, origin of the Holy Grail, which all who seek for the Christos must find in order to be saved or regenerated, is the second decan in Leo. It is here pictured as overturned in wrath and poured upon the head of the flying hydra. Last in the final act of the great drama comes Corvus, the crow, as third decan in Leo, to devour the remains of the final temptation, Hydra, now trodden underfoot. The bird of doom completes the story of the age-long struggle of man with the deceiver, the serpent, his carnal self, within himself. The divine maid has been rescued by the Knights of the Grail. Perseus, the Christos, resurrected or brought to life, is betrothed to her in the presence of the king of the celestial country. Cepheus stands with his foot upon the pole star, while the queen Cassiopeia occupies her righted throne. Draco has passed from sight into limitless space. The Aquarian age has brought in the age of Leo, and with it the inner breath that a godlike race may be born. Shiloh at last returns with the magnificent entrance of Virgo, standing upright, holding in her hand the promised seed of the Redeemer. Lion hearts have been born all down through the ages, few it is true, but they have kept the line intact while standing ready to shed the last drop of blood for a principle.